you go to the front, you go to Donbass with Ambassador Volker, I believe, and you're on the bridge and you're looking over on the front line at the Russian soldiers. Is that what you recalled?
Yes, sir.
And you said the commander there, the Ukrainian commander, thanked you for the American military assistance that you knew was being withheld at that moment.
That's correct.
How'd that make you feel, sir?
Badly.
Why?
Because it was clear that that commander counted on us. It was clear that that commander had confidence in us. It was clear that that commander was appreciative of the capabilities that he was given by that assistance, but also the reassurance that we were supporting him.
So that right there is a career U.S. diplomat who was on Ukraine's front lines while he was aware of Trump's decision to hold back military aid from them. Back with us tonight, a former diplomat who watched every word of today's impeachment hearing. Mike McFaul served as U.S. ambassador to Russia in the Obama administration. Ambassador, there you have Bill Taylor, West Point class of 69. And by the way, you graduate from West Point in 69. You know you are headed into a meat grinder. He chooses infantry. He further chooses to go to Ranger School, 101st Airborne. Bronze Star, comes home from the war and spends virtually every day of his life in service to the public. Could it be that today was about more to him than defending a phone call?
Absolutely. That was very eloquently stated. It's his whole life's service to this country and to the relationships and partnerships we have with very important countries like Ukraine. And I thought that particular segment that you just played was very moving. I did watch the whole thing with you, by the way. You must be very tired, too. And I just think it was important for Americans to understand that it's always wrong to use your public office for private gain. It's especially wrong to ask a foreign government to help you win re-election. But it makes it even triply wrong to withhold military assistance to a country that is at war with Russia. And I want to underscore something. When Ambassador Taylor was describing the U.S. policy, that was Trump administration policy. It's not Bill Taylor's policy. That was they decided that. They sat in the Situation Room and decided we're going to provide this military assistance to this country for American national security interests. And Trump and his associates decided to go around their own policy and to subvert it. And I thought it was just very important that Ambassador Taylor explained the geopolitical and geostrategic consequences of that decision.
Here's an intentionally leading question to get your react to what else we heard today. How many times did you call Obama from a cell phone from a European restaurant?
Zero. But I want to put a little more meat on that bones. Unlike Ambassador Sondland, I actually worked for Barack Obama, President Obama, for 3 years at the White House, saw him frequently, even played football and basketball with him from time to time. I worked on his campaign for 2 years. He's somebody I knew pretty well. When he would travel to see Putin or Medvedev in a third country, I would go and meet them. And yet, with all of that intimacy, never once did I call the president one-on-one ever. It's just, I want to just underscore how extraordinary that would be in any situation. Add to it the EU ambassador sitting in Kiev. Why is the EU ambassador in Kiev? Add to it, it's on a cell phone, which of course that means Vladimir Putin heard every word. And what to me was so striking about that is not necessarily Sondland, but President Trump. President Trump, if this is all true, and we need to get it all verified, but it means that he was intimately involved with what Ambassador Sondland was trying to do, this so-called, drug deal, as National Security Advisor Bolton called it. And he just talked to Zelensky yesterday. Why does he need a readout from Ambassador Sondland about his meeting with presidential aide Yermak just 12 hours later? It's because he wants this thing to happen. He wants the investigations to happen. And I think that is very damning for the president.
The president woke up this morning and tweeted out "Never Trumpers" about these two gentlemen, presumably. What was your reaction to hearing them have to defend the fact that as career guys, they've worked for presidents of both parties and know no particular party themselves?
I thought they were terrific today. They didn't go ahead of the facts. They stayed within that. They did not give any opinions. They made clear that they were not there as impeachment witnesses. But there's another nuance here I just want people to understand. It's actually not correct to call Ambassador Taylor a career Foreign Service officer. He was a political appointee by President Bush in 2006. We then kept him on for a while as a political appointee. And when he was sent out to Kiev on this trip, let's all remember, folks, he was appointed by President Trump, because the president appoints all the chief of missions. So you can't, I mean, you can, but be reminded, this is not one of those, the deep state. This is somebody handpicked by Secretary Pompeo and appointed by President Trump.
Ambassador Mike.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.